grounded conversation about small YouTubers and how I believe people are exploiting them through a variety of different means. A small YouTuber, in my opinion, is someone with less than 10,000 subscribers, somebody who's getting less than 1,000 views per video. There's no shame in being a small YouTuber. You can make a good living being a small YouTuber. It's one of the advantages to being a small YouTuber rather than a broad and macro YouTuber is that you have a clearly defined audience. And that's how you make money. That's how you sell offers. That's how you gain rapport with an audience. You'll be able to be intimate with them. Even this channel that I'm operating, Video SEO Club, you could classify it as a small YouTuber. But many people exploit small YouTubers because most of the time these people that are small YouTubers are just starting out. They haven't been on the platform very long. So for that reason, it's easy to kind of get them confused about what actually works on YouTube. I see this with a lot of the different course creators that promise to get you more views. They're going to get more views for you and more subscribers. What does that exactly mean? Because I can't go to people I rent my house from and say, hey pal, I got 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. How many months rent does that get me? And yeah, you can get a check from YouTube. You're getting like 300,000 views, long form views, not short views. Short views don't pay out that much, pal. But if we're talking about long form views, you can get 350,000 views in a month. You might bring home $1,000, $2,000 in YouTube revenue, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. But that shouldn't be the end goal. YouTube as a platform is not going to make you rich unless you get to the echelon of a Mr. Beast. But when you think about it, there's a lot of hands in the pot over in Beast World. It's not like he's doing this stuff on his own. He has an entire team. Small YouTubers, probably a one-man band. You might have one other person that's helping you out. Maybe you've got an overseas video editor. Who knows? Maybe ChatGPT's your partner. That's a good partner. That's a $20 a month partner right there. With the small YouTubers thing, though, I guess some of the online courses prey on this segment of the YouTube audience because they feel like they're less than, maybe. They feel like they're behind. They feel like they're not doing a good enough job. They don't have enough subscribers. They don't have enough likes on their video. All these arbitrary vanity metrics that don't actually move the needle if you're trying to make money on YouTube. The way you make money on YouTube is selling products and services that don't live on YouTube. They live on your website, or they live in your DMs on social media or in your email inbox. You could be selling physical products. You could be selling digital products, which is what I recommend. Because with digital products, it's much less overhead. You really just have the time investment to create your digital product once, and then the bandwidth to maintain it on a server somewhere. But you never have to go and order more digital products. You record it one time, you pay for your bandwidth, it's good to go. But not all digital products are created equally. You see some of these one-size-fits-all YouTube courses, which promise more views, promise more subscribers, but what are you going to actually do with that? You can't go pay your car note with your subscribers, right? You'll get a check from YouTube, but it's going to be slow going. Like I said, 350,000 long form views, you might bring home $1,000, maybe. And that's after YouTube steps on it, because they take a little bit of that. What you see in your YouTube studio, they might say that they're going to pay you out $1,000. They're going to take a little bit of that money too. I forget about it. Not just for taxation. Then you're going to be saddled with that tax debt by the end of the year because you're 1099 on YouTube. They will 1099 you. So you got to report that income, just like a job. But a lot of YouTubers who have small channels have a misconception that if they're only getting 500 views on a video, only getting 50 views on a video, that there's no way to make money with it. And actually, the opposite is true. If you have a highly engaged but small following on YouTube, let's say your subscribers always comment, they hop in your live stream with you, they connect with you, they trust you, you've built an authentic rapport with them, It's actually much easier to move into selling something of your own than to start shilling like Blue Chew, or what's the other one? Factor Meal Plan or whatever, right? Doing these brand deals. You make your own brand. That's the real way to make a lot of money on YouTube. Hello, hello. Good evening in Wisconsin. Oh, Kenneth Copeland, man. Now that guy there, he preys on people too, doesn't he? But that's my own opinion. Maybe you're a Kenneth Copeland devotee, Jason. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the televangelism. But that's kind of actually great that you brought that up, because that's how I feel about a lot of these YouTube courses. That we got YouTube evangelists out there promising the world. It's like the prosperity gospel, right? I know a little bit about televangelism. I know about Jim Baker. I know about Kenneth Copeland. I know about Jerry Falwell. Yeah. Joel Osteen. They get up and they make everyone feel really good about what's going on, right? Yeah. Same things happen in a YouTube course. They make you feel really good about getting that YouTube plaque, right? I'll tell you this. I got a couple YouTube plaques. They don't pay the bills, though. Just because you got a plaque on the wall doesn't mean that you're going to be bringing home the bacon, so to speak. But yeah, that's a great example to bring up Kenneth Copeland, because also there's the boogeyman in these YouTube courses that are often framed as a boogeyman to small YouTubers, and that would be the algorithm. Oh no, watch out for the algorithm, right? The algorithm is just you and me, the people that watch YouTube. The algorithm's not even a tangible thing. If you make engaging content, and what does engaging content mean? It means that people watch a minimum of 25% of your video. That's engaging content. That's all it means. That is what it means. When someone says, is a video good or bad? In my language, as someone who does YouTube professionally, a good video to me means that it's been watched for over 25% of the length of the video. People are watching 25% of the full video on average. That is what a good video is. We get caught up in this nuance that we got to buy a ring light, we got to get all the best cameras, and don't worry, because the YouTube gurus are going to go out there and they'll review all the best cameras for you to let you know exactly where you need to sink your dollars into and where you need to invest. And they'll even give you an affiliate link to click to go buy it on Amazon, so they get a kickback on it, right? Really, all you need to do is what I'm doing right now. You open your phone up, you talk, you present the world as you see it. Some people will like it, some people won't like it. But the quickest way to learn anything on YouTube is to just do it. Iterate, iterate, iterate. A lot of these courses, man, they're going to loop you into a $99 a month fee. You're not even making any money on YouTube. You're already sinking that much cash into it. I don't think I would take the leap as a small YouTuber. All the channels I ever started at zero. Every channel on YouTube starts at zero, right? But even by time we were at 1,000 subscribers, we were making money on off-site offers. A lot of the YouTube channels that I work on, they're not even monetized on YouTube. We don't even get any ad revenue from our YouTube videos. What we get is we get off-site conversions on our offers. That's something that I think a lot of small YouTubers don't know about. And it's something that they should know about, but why is an online course going to teach you that? The vast majority of these guys on online courses, they make their money selling shovels. They're selling the course. That is how they make money. Some of them haven't actually actively been successful in a YouTube channel of their own that they're running for like 6 or 7 years. So then you're dropping between $99 to $3,000 on one of these online courses. And the content might have been written 6 or 7 years ago. Would you buy a stock based on data from 6 or 7 years ago? Would you buy a cryptocurrency based on data from 6 or 7 years ago? I don't know. There's easier ways to do it. Just being on the platform 6 to 8 hours a day. If this is really what you want to do. This is really what you want to do. 6 to 8 hours a day creating, not consuming, creating. You do that, you got a shot. You don't need an online course for that. You're going to be there in the trench. And yeah, I guess since 2016, I've spent 6 to 8 hours a day, every day on YouTube. Creating, not consuming. That's something that a lot of small YouTube channels don't think about. But anything can be monetized on YouTube. but you monetize through YouTube, not on YouTube. Don't expect YouTube to send you a check. That's kind of like joining a record label, expecting to get paid like that. You end up owing the record label by the end of the contract, and that's kind of, you're not going to owe YouTube anything, but it can set you up for unrealistic expectations. Anyone who starts a YouTube channel expects that they're going to get a big check. They're going to be living like Mr. Beast. I mean, even Mr. Beast is throwing all of his cash back into the channel. Who knows how leveraged that guy is, actually, you know? He's got production people, has that whole production facility. It's a ton of overhead. What if people stop watching? It's going to happen eventually. It always happens. That's just the nature of trending things. But you'll still have long-term devotees that'll still ride with the beast. He's not going to go anywhere. How else are small YouTubers exploited? I guess seeing channels with big subs as the end goal. Your end goal, if you're doing YouTube professionally, should be to pay all of your bills with YouTube money. But like I said, I got to continually iterate the fact that YouTube money doesn't mean a check from YouTube. It means you've built awareness around your product or service on YouTube, through your videos, through your content, through your interactions in the comments. And that's how you make the money. You send them to your website, you send them to your Calendly, whatever, wherever you convert people. And conversion means make money. Wherever you send them, they go there, and it's not on YouTube, but the awareness was built there. YouTube is an awareness engine. You get a lot of people know more about you just from creating content that's engaging. And engaging content, again, we said this earlier, is a video that is watched for 25% or more of the average video. If you get people on a 6-minute, 12-minute, 15-minute video and they're dropping off in 10 seconds, you got a stinker. That's no good. And that part of that is you have to put your own ego in check. That's not the YouTube guru's faults, but they do understand that people do have egos. They do understand that a lot of times when they're giving this dated advice to people that might be 6-7-year-old data that they're telling people is the way to win the YouTube algorithm, they understand they can give people data that's no longer relevant, because when most people fail, they're going to blame themselves. It's also why they float these courses out to be 90 hours of footage, right? Who's going to watch 90 hours of YouTube footage? Who's going to watch a 90-hour course? The completion rate on most online courses is pretty terrible. Most people never finish it. So, as an online course creator for YouTube, you already understand that most people aren't going to finish the actual course. You also understand that most people aren't going to complain that the course is too long. They see that as a value proposition. They see that as a reason to buy. Oh wow, I get 90 hours of complete footage about how to win on YouTube? Man, I got to get this. That's a value. It's only $99 a month, and they're going to update it in perpetuity? It's crazy, man, because I look at some of these YouTube gurus that specifically target small YouTubers, and they're always saying things like, wow, you don't need to put text on thumbnails. It's like, bro, we've been doing this since 2016. We haven't been putting text on thumbnails. It's always funny to me when I see the YouTube gurus present this as some sort of earth-shattering revelation. Like they have new data, right? Hey, it turns out YouTube tags don't actually do anything for your video. Yeah, well, you know what, dude? That's been in YouTube Studio since I've been working on YouTube. YouTube tags were always designated as a means to correct commonly misspelled words. So if you made a video about Massachusetts, you could put in a bunch of the different ways people might misspell Massachusetts. This is all before smart corrections were prominent on the platform, and that's what YouTube tags were for. But for a long time, people like, I'll say it, vidIQ and other people were selling advice on how to get the best tags on your video. when they had to know. If they didn't know that they didn't do anything, then they really aren't who they say they are. And if they did know that they didn't do anything, then they're a little bit complicit in some lack of transparency, let's say. So I know what it's like to be a small YouTuber. If you judge me by this channel alone, I'm a small YouTuber. I know how to get people to start from zero, move up. So it's something I'm going to be creating more content about, talking about small YouTubers and what I would do if I was starting at square one in 2026. So have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.